Boss, I want to quickly talk to you about the best merchant account service providers. So the top five, okay? And so here's a review I really want you to pay attention to if you are interested in this topic. So number five, we have PayPal. Our score 8.2 over 10. So PayPal, when you think about PayPal, I want you to think about a tool that is great for e-commerce. So there are no monthly fees. And in terms of you have mobile, POS, online, and e-commerce transactions that are accepted, not a problem, okay? And so we picked PayPal because for the last 20 years, and PayPal has been around for a while now, for the last more than 20 years, let's say 25 years, they have steadily consolidated their position as a premier online payment processor. Though the thing is that they still have to work with they have to work on their UX, their user experience. And what we love about PayPal is that it integrates very, very efficiently with major e-commerce platforms. I'm talking about WooCommerce, Shopify, BigCommerce, Wix, and so on and so forth. You have Adobe Commerce, you have Wix, we have Big Cartel, as well as tons of invoicing platforms such as QuickBooks and Harvest. And PayPal fees are in line with similar online payment processors, but quite a bit higher than more traditional merchant account providers. So the thing is that when you think about PayPal, you have a setup that it's like what we call hybrid setup. So you will pay a percentage plus a fixed fee per transaction that varies by regional currency. Okay, so this is what it is. Now, for payments received in USD, US dollar, fees are commercial transactions online and in-store. You have 3.49% plus 49 cents. Pay with PayPal online, you have 2.89% plus 49 cents. And you have in-person payments, you have 2.29% plus 9 cents. So the thing I want you to remember, boss, here is that PayPal does offer a simple and affordable swipe, cheap and contactless card reader for counter or handheld use to receive in-person payments to your account. So what I'm trying to say here is that PayPal is offering new flexibility. PayPal is offering you convenience. PayPal is offering you a host of features and capabilities that will actually boost your business and bring it to the next level. So who should really use PayPal? PayPal is kind of popular with small e-commerce businesses and online service providers who don't mind paying its high fees in exchange for a well-known platform. And by the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. And so when we think about PayPal, the pros and cons, it's easy to set up and use, well-known and popular with online shoppers, and you have auto-integrated with tons of online business services. What about the cons? High transaction fees and increasingly complex platform. So the UX really can be improved. Number four, we have national processing. Our score 8.9 over 10. So when you think about national processing, boss, I want you to think about a player that's great for low cost for national processing. So there are some monthly fees, and you do have capabilities around mobile, POS, online, and e-commerce transactions. So national processing is, in our view, one of the more complex payment processors in today's review. It offers credit card processing, ACH transfers, and e-check payments. So it serves a wide range of industries, including high-risk merchants. So this is really good. You will apply for a merchant account according to your industry and pay a monthly flat rate of $9.99 plus a per transaction fee that varies by industry, but it's generally lower than more modern competitors. Okay, for restaurants, it's around 0.14%. For plus 7 cents. For retail, you have a 0.18% plus 10 cents. For e-commerce, it's a 0.29% plus 15 cents. For nonprofit, it's 0.12% plus 6 cents. And you can also sign up for additional payment options via their own monthly and transaction costs. This is really good. And so overall, this is fantastic. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. I am having a conversation with you about the top five, not 10, not 20, top 5 best merchant account service providers. Okay, so who should really use it? When we talk about national processing, who is the target audience here? So national processing is a fit for small businesses that want to work with a traditional low-feature payment processor in exchange for significant savings on fees. So if you are a startup, right? Let's say you are a small business and you're kind of struggling right now. Your cash inflows have not been really that great, and you're just trying to save every penny. You might want to go with national processing. And in terms of pros and cons, here are the pros. You have free hardware available with subscription. You have low monthly and transaction fees. What about the cons here? There is a contract with an early termination fee, and you have basic options compared with competitors. Number 3, we have here Stacks. Our score 9.3 over 10. So Stacks is kind of cool when if you are trying to avoid transaction fees, you will love Stacks. And the thing here is that there are monthly fees, but in terms of capabilities, you have mobile, POS, online, and e-commerce transaction capabilities. So this is really good. Now, Fat Merchant, that's how Stacks were usually they used to be called, and we have been studying them for the last few years now, and so they offer a streamlined month-to-month merchant account service. So instead of the way they set you up, like when you contact them, the way they set you up is very simple. So instead of giving you, let's say, letting you pay fees per transaction, you can choose among 3 monthly subscription tiers and get the first $500,000 per year processed at no extra cost. And so they have plans for Growth, Pro, and Ultimate. So you really have to see what really works for you. But overall, this is kind of cool. So for Growth, you actually have pay for $99 per month. That's the fee. You get ACH processing, free surcharging, a light version of dashboards and analytics, and quick payments and backup processing features. On the Pro plan, you pay $159 per month, and you add accounting reconciliation, invoicing, website hosted payment links. You have mobile payments. You have the ability to store customer credit card information and API integration. And what about Ultimate? The Ultimate, that's the higher tier plan. For $199 per month, you can add automatic updates for stored card information, recurring invoices, scheduled payments, advanced dashboards, and analytics. You have one-click shopping cart setup and data reports. So you have the whole 9 years here. So if you process more than $500,000 annually, you can talk with the Stacks sales rep for custom monthly pricing. And the cool thing here is that you can also add on more features with a la carte pricing, including a one-click shopping cart, QuickBooks Sync, terminal protection, custom branding, same-day funding, and digital gift cards. With a subscription, you can get a free terminal or card reader. So this is kind of cool. So who should really use Stacks here? Well, Stacks, in our view, in our analysis, is best suited for businesses doing a high volume of transactions per month, and the monthly flat fee pricing can save you a ton, really. When you really do the analysis, we really can save you a ton compared with competitors that charge transaction fees. So the pros, you have monthly flat rate pricing, same-day funding, free terminal or card reader, QuickBooks integrations. You have add-ons that make the plans customizable. What about the cons here? Pricing tiers and add-ons make subscription complex. You have monthly subscription that is relatively pricey if you have a low volume of transactions. Number 2, we have Stripe. Our score 9.6 over 10. So Stripe is kind of cool for owners of multiple businesses and brands. Okay, there are no monthly fees, and in terms of mobile, POS, online, and e-commerce transactions capabilities, Stripe has got you covered. Not a problem at all. So Stripe, in our view, is one of the most cost-effective merchant services with a wide range of payment processing options. And it's really one of the major players in online payment processing, and it's automatically built into some major site builders, including Squarespace, Kajabi, and Shopify. So this is really good. You can also use Stripe Terminal to accept in-person credit card payments and Stripe integrations or invoicing to receive ACH payments. So this is really great. And so when you want to think about convenience, when you want to think about operational adaptability, Stripe should be among the top players in on your mind. Stripe is the convenient option if you run multiple online businesses or brands, because you can operate them all from one merchant account with separate reporting, and payouts come at a scheduled interval or as soon as 2 business days after a transaction, depending on the settings you choose. And Stripe customer support is available through live chat and phone 24/7. So who should really use Stripe? Now, in our view, Stripe's affordable equipment and no monthly fee really make this platform ideal for startups or small businesses, whether you are an e-commerce store, online educator, coach, or brick and mortar shop. I want to quickly remind you again of today's topic because I love contextualizing the conversation we're having so we are on the same page. And so I'm talking to you about the top 5 best merchant account service providers. And so Stripe is number 2 at 9.6. Here are the pros and cons of Stripe. Pros: no monthly fee. You do have a chargeback protection. You have 24/7 service online or by phone. And you have a ACH payment supported. So this is really cool. What about the cons here? Now you do have a small learning curve for business owners not used to online payment processors. And you have a 14-day wait for the first payout. So if you're starting with Stripe, you might have to wait a little bit for them to actually get used to you, get used to your system. And so there is this can create some frustrations, but overall, it's not really a deal breaker in our view. But yeah, it is there, and we have to say it. Number 1, the best of the best, the best of the best. When it comes to merchant account service providers, we have here Square. Our score 9.8 over 10. So in our view, this is the best overall merchant service. There are no monthly fees. You have a free mobile credit card reader, okay, and you also have capabilities. You have great capabilities in terms of mobile, POS, online, and e-commerce transactions. So Square's services are a fit for the broadest range of businesses. So it's really no surprise that the platform has climbed to the top of the industry since first providing its services for small businesses in 2009. And so you can see that Square has been in the industry for a while now, and it's really great. And the cool thing here is that when you have a Square account, you actually have flexibility. So you will get access to the hardware and software you need to accept in-person payments on mobile, online through Square Checkout, and through integrations with services such as WooCommerce, and at retail locations with their sleek point of sale equipment that they actually send you. Okay, and the cool thing is that you can actually either buy it up front or you can lace it through monthly payments, not a problem. And so Square has 3 types of I would say credit card payment strategies. So they have a swipe, chip, or tap transaction. So this will cost you 2.6% plus 10 cents. For the online transaction, you have 2.9% plus 30 cents. And for keyed transactions, you have a 3.5% plus 15 cents. So you will pay no fees for refunds, in other words, chargebacks, and you'll get your processing fee back for reversed transactions. You can usually get money within 36 hours after a transaction, but Square offers options to access funds immediately. You have to pay for it though. Okay, so who should really use it? Square is designed for small businesses that are just getting started. Its modern and easy to use equipment and online checkout features make it simple for you to actually get set up and start selling without a lot of complicated steps. So this is really good. And what are the pros and cons here? Pros: there are no monthly fees. It's very easy to get started, and there are no chargeback fees. And the mobile card reader is available for free. So this is kind of cool to really think about. What about the cons here? Now, customer service, in our view, could be better. Right now, it's not really where it should be, but yes, it should be. It can be better. So here is our overview I really want you to pay attention to. So the thing is, if you want to choose a payment processor or you want to choose a merchant account service provider, you have to think about a couple of things. You have to think about not only your operation, what we call endogenous analysis, and exogenous analysis. So endogenous analysis looks at your business, looks at your operation, looks at your financial statements, looks at how much you will need, looks at your financial projections. And then you have the exogenous factors, and one of which is pricing. So if you want to consider, let's say, a merchant account service provider, you got to think about the pricing. You have to think about general features. I mean, do they work for you? You have to think about advanced features. So advanced features, so general features are what? So you really want to have a merchant account service provider that has a reporting dashboard, invoicing, data exports, contactless payments, and integrations with third-party software, right? So those are basically like what we call general features. You also have advanced features, including payment card industry compliance, so PCI compliance, a variety of customer support options, such as live chat, blog, phone, and or knowledge base, and even more detailed invoicing options. And you also think about third-party reviews. Okay, so this is really important. So overall, you have a lot of stuff that you have to think about to make sure that you are choosing the best merchant account service provider. Now, by the way, let's quickly go a little bit here. So what is a merchant account? Let's have a conversation about that. So a merchant account is a type of business bank account that connects with a payment processor, credit card issuer, and your bank to let you receive electronic payments such as credit and debit cards. And the merchant account receives money from credit and companies, credit card and credit card companies, and it's available to you immediately. So this is kind of good. Instead of like having to wait for whatever, you get the cash right away. However, modern payment service providers combine the functions of merchant accounts with payment processing, so many small businesses don't have to worry about setting up this type of account anymore. Okay, so I want you to choose the best service provider, merchant service provider. Think about the ease of use, think about the cost, think about the hardware, think about the scalability. Now, if there is any sort of software involved, also you want to think about that. So those are things you really need to think about: ease of use, cost, hardware / software, and also scalability. Before I close today's conversation, let me just say that it's important for you to understand that you can accept credit cards without a merchant account. So you're not forced, like nobody's forcing you to say, you got to have a merchant account to accept. No, no. You can accept credit card payments and debit card payments for that matter, in store and online without a merchant account. Now, there's a service called Stripe. There is a service called Square. There's a service called PayPal. So those are kind of cool. And so this modern payment processors have merchant account functions built in, so you don't have to open a separate account with the bank. And so in terms of the rate that is great for your industry, you really have to see your business risk level also. Okay, but it really turns around 2.5% to 3.5% plus maybe 10 cents per transaction. And if you want to avoid merchant fees, you can really accept payments from customers without, let's say, without any kind of fee. So if you accept payments from customers in cash, you're not paying any fee. You're not really paying any fee, right? And one thing's for sure, that a lot of customers want to charge things on a credit card, which makes sense because they're trying to build their credit. And it's also important to understand that if you buy this, if you were to go with this, you need to really be clear about what the commitments are. And you also have to pay attention to whether or not you are classified as a high-risk merchant. So if you're classified as a high-risk merchant, you really want to go for those merchants who specialize, like they only do high-risk business. So if you want to receive your money from your merchant accounts, you need to link your merchant account to a business bank account, so you have a clear idea about your cash inflows and cash outflows. And one thing I want to say before closing, and I really need to really insist on that. See, when we talk about getting a merchant account service, you need to make sure that the account service provider that you choose is in sync with your industries. It's not about your industry is bad or industry is good, or your neighborhood, for that matter, is bad or good. The question is there any reputable business owner in that sort of geography to take care of you? So you have to really think about the geographical aspect of things before choosing a merchant account service provider. So I want to quickly recap to this conversation I want to invite you to check out what you have right now on the screen. We have our POS software evaluation approach. Within that POS approach, we also analyze merchant account service providers. So it really tells you what kind of strategy we go about growing our company. So you really need to think about the best strategy here. So please, I want you to check this out. We'll leave this on the screen for a few seconds, and please check this out. All right, quickly recap here. Number one, we have Square 9.8 over 10. Number 2, we have Stripe 9.6 over 10. Number 3, we have Stacks 9.3 over 10. Number 4, we have National Processing 8.9 over 10. Number 5, last but not the least, we have PayPal, 8.2 over 10. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.